Welcome to the podcast. Now that I'm engaged, how do I get married? I'm your host, Kevin Dennis.
And I'm August Yocher, co-host and brand manager at Fantasy Sound Event Services.
In addition to leading the charge at Wedding IQ, I also run Fantasy Sound Event Services, a lighting and entertainment company based in Livermore, California, that I founded over 35 years ago.
Each week on this podcast, we'll explore a new corner of wedding planning so you can prepare for your I-dos without the stress.
From budgeting to booking vendors to the day of drama.
Let's talk smart wedding planning.
All right, folks, welcome to another episode of Now That I'm Engaged, How Do I Get Married? We're talking about the Taylor Travis are married. So we're going to jump into that and get going because we did a little preview of what we thought was going to happen. And now we're going to see if we were right or not, because those two little lovebirds got married on July 3rd at Madison Square Garden in New York City, which we all got that part wrong, I think. None of us had the venue right. So, but before we jump in, we're going to ask Susan and Ariana to tell us a little bit about themselves and how we got them here today. So we'll let you go first.
Okay. I'm Susan Stremlau. I own Marion Floral Design and Farm, where we grow specialty flowers for florists and do weddings throughout the wine country here. And I've been in the industry for, 40 years, I think. Crazy. It makes me sound really old, which I am. Anyway,
No.
I'm a Swiftie, original Swiftie, caught the first album bug when the first album came out, and I've seen her in concert 3 times, with the Eras tour being the last time.
Love it.
Nice.
All right, Ariana, you're up.
So my name's Ariana Teachey, and I've been in the wedding industry for, I would say it's been about 15 years, maybe a little bit longer. I'm a virtual assistant for wedding professionals, but I've had my hand in a lot of different areas in the wedding industry, from wedding PR to planning weddings at a venue. So that's kind of how I'm in the wedding industry. And I'm a Swiftie. I've been a Swiftie for a really long time, since her debut album. But the first time I went to concert was the Eras tour that I got to see her in concert. So that was really exciting. So, but love to follow all the things Taylor Swift and all the little Easter eggs we get. So,
well, and for those that may or may not remember, we were doing our bi-monthly meeting or whatever it was when the two of them got engaged. It was officially announced. So
yes. And I got to break the news.
Yeah,
so that was very exciting.
We didn't think we thought she was lying, to be honest with you.
Ariana was our Paul Revere in that moment.
Yeah. Because we had our own Taylor talk almost every time when they were dating. So yeah,
there was a lot going on then. We were getting a lot of information. So
we were.
Yeah. All right. And then August, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, since you're a guest today, not a normal
Whoa. I was not prepared for this. All right. Well, my name is August Yocher. I work with Kevin here at Fantasy Sound Event Services. We're in the Tri-Valley of California. I have been in the wedding industry for, I think, 9 or 10 years now. And I've done a lot, like Ariana, kind of been all over the place with events and whatnot. But now I help out with the podcast, of course, and do marketing for Fantasy Sound. And my Swiftie credentials, I have always listened to her, but I don't think I really super got into her until 1989, I think, was whoa. We got something special here. Whoa, got something special here. And then, like Ariana too, my first Taylor concert was the Eras tour. And I did get to go twice, which was also super awesome. I got to go to Levi Stadium in California and also in LA, which was super cool. We did the whole bracelet making, trading, got that sense of community. It was just very special and very fun.
All right. Perfect. All right. So first off, let's talk about what we do know. So we don't have any pictures yet, but as of the recording of this podcast, who knows, they could drop at any moment. But there's a lot of information. I will give the Knot credit, as they were TMZ when it came to this wedding info, getting information. So they did a really good job. So we know they had roughly 1,000 guests, right?
Which is crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds about right if you think about it. And then the one that really made me like laugh was their officiant was Adam Sandler, and I would have paid money to see that because that had
Kevin,
to be like
you mentioned him in the last podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because of his Travis's.
Yep.
He did the movie with him. Yeah.
Well, but there's also it's the connection like Taylor's had with his daughters. So for a long time. So I forgot I mentioned that. But that blew me away. I thought that was
Did you
hilarious.
manifest that? Maybe
I did. You never know. But I was also thinking, how many people are going to ask Adam now to officiate their wedding? Like, could you imagine?
He's booked and busy now. Yeah.
It's going to be his side hustle. So
yeah.
All right. We know there was performances by Paul McCartney and Stevie Nicks, and then Paul McCartney did a song that he has not sang since he was with the Beatles, which was it Here Comes the Sun?
I can look it up real quick. Yeah, let me see.
Yeah. I forget. I think that was it, but I don't remember quickly. I should have wrote that down. But
I Want to Hold Your Hand.
I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Song.
There you go. But yeah, he has not performed that since he was with the Beatles, which I thought was kind of cool. But I imagine there was so many like Nashville people there, so much music. I would imagine there's more than Paul McCartney and Stevie Nicks. It's just, I can imagine some kind of karaoke session broke out at some point with everyone performing. But there's just
I wonder if Taylor performed herself,
I would imagine she did. I would be shocked if she did not.
I did hear that she sang during her vows.
Oh.
Oh, that's sweet.
That is very sweet.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
speaking of vows,
vows,
I was like, they wrote their own vows, and it says reportedly speaking for 20 minutes each, and each even performed a duet for the guests. So there you go, Susan.
And I would have also paid to hear Travis sing.
Yeah,
yes.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he. Maybe I wouldn't have paid for that one, but okay. All right. So, and then they both wore custom Christian Dior designs by Jonathan Anderson. Is that right? With custom, what kind of Christian
Louboutin.
See, I don't even know this stuff. Shoes and Cartier
red
jewelry.
Bottoms.
Yeah. Oh, are those the red bottoms? So they were decked out. So that's how we know there's going to be photos, because Christian Dior's group came out and said there will be photos, right?
Yeah, I think they just said, though, well, go ahead, Ariana.
Yeah, I think they said they would be released by the couple if they were going to be released, right? Like,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. They skipped traditional bridesmaids and groomsmen, but instead Taylor had her brother Austin, who served at the Man of Honor, and then Crazy Jason was the best man. So I can only imagine what his speech was like. So, and then the arena was heavily draped to create intimacy, which I thought, because the whole time I'm like, how are they going to do this? But that makes total sense. And it was a complete garden vibe with, I think, and didn't we say garden vibe last time? Like I felt like, yep. So we got that right. Elevated with high-low catering such as caviar-topped chicken nuggets. So there you go. So I can only imagine there was all kinds of great food and all kinds of different things. We do know the couple paid over $160,000 to get permits to do all this stuff at MSG. And then one thing that's not on our list, but some guy collected the garbage and was selling garbage after. I saw that on.
I saw that too. Well,
another thing that I think. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead, Susan.
I think another thing worth mentioning is that they donated the week of their wedding $26 million to charities that were meaningful to them in New York City, in Kansas City, in Nashville, LA. And that was really fantastic. And recently, this week, some of the donations were to first responders in New York City. And they
Yeah.
have been thanking the couple recently in the past few days.
Well, yeah, because and I mean, not that this was. I mean, I'm sure it was all planned all along, but that the New York Knicks were going to do what they did, so that city got hit. It was crazy with what
Mhm.
happened. You know, that whole MSG area, the whole thing. It just was insane with the Knicks winning, and then I'm sure those poor first responders worked double, triple, quadruple time to make sure everything happened between the Knicks and this wedding. So yeah, that was very nice of them to do that part. All right. So what predictions did we get right from the last episode?
The garden theme for sure. And I think we also said it was going to be big, but I think I said I wished it was small. But I was like, but I think we all kind of agreed we thought it would be big because of who they are and how much celebrity kind of power they have behind both of them. So
Yeah.
I think we got that.
I heard
right,
that Taylor basically invited like everyone she knew that she had a relationship still with, you know, like, so it's just like if she had any kind of relationship with you, you were invited to the wedding. So, and then Travis invited the whole Kansas City Chiefs football team, except for that one crazy guy. Yeah. The kicker that's controversial. He didn't get invited, but I heard everyone else got invited from the football team.
Because I'm sure he knows a lot through football as well. Well, and have any of you guys been to MSG before? Because like my thought when I heard that guest count number was I don't even know if 1,000 people could fit on the floor, but maybe, but like with decor and tables and like potentially different types of installations, like I am curious to see what that looks like.
So the chairs, I've actually sat kind of behind the basket for a basketball game there once, and you're sitting on folding chairs, believe it or not. So the arena is older, so it's not as modern as some of these new fancy arenas out there. So I can see if they brought up all the folding chairs and all that kind of stuff, there would be plenty of room. Because I think the way that is built, it's built for basketball, but it's also built for hockey, and the hockey rink is bigger than the basketball court.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
A couple of predictions that we got right. Kevin, you mentioned that Jason would be the best man.
Yep.
And you were right.
Yeah. Well, that was the easy one. That was like low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. But we all mentioned that we thought it would have a Renaissance vibe. And I've heard that there was a castle that was constructed in Madison Square Garden, and that they stood in front of it for their vows, and then the guests walked through it to this like carnival kind of atmosphere. So I think we got the Renaissance thing correct. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm hearing rumors, but I've heard a bunch, like George Kittle and some different people have said a few things about what it was like in there.
Yeah. There's been some loose lips, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm like, what can they say? What can they not say? And yeah, and there's a lot of people. Like it would be hard to keep like a closed lid on all of that. Yeah. Were there any like celebrities you guys were like surprised to see that attended?
Hugh Grant?
Yeah, that's what we were saying at the office too. We were like, what's the connection there?
Yeah, I think
it's got to be something. He's probably a fan.
Yeah, Carly Kloss, I think, was one where we were like, do we really think she's going to be invited? And I was a little surprised that she was, and that Blake Lively was not there. So that was just interesting to me to see.
And that Blake was very public out in the public when the wedding
showing
was going.
That she wasn't there. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That's so tea.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation in itself.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Susan.
That's okay. The chef Jamie Oliver was there.
Oh.
So
that's an interesting one.
Yeah. I'd love to see the complete guest list.
Yeah, could you imagine? It would be in dissecting it and breaking it down and seeing what is what with all that. So, yeah. Well, and then there's got to be, it's crazy too, because it's the sports world colliding with like the acting world colliding with the music world, you know, and then all their family and friends, you know, because you got to think about like, you know,
plus ones.
Plus ones, but also just like, you know, could you imagine being Travis and Jason's aunt and uncle, and you know, you just watch these two little knuckleheads grow up, and next thing you know, Travis is getting married at Madison Square Garden to one of the most famous female pop singers ever. You know what I'm saying? It's just such a weird next thing you know, like how many people were walking around that room starstruck is what would be a good question.
I heard somebody saying, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody was saying the fact that everybody had no cell phones made it seem like the celebrities who were there were very comfortable talking to like Travis's cousin, because everybody was kind of equal there without their phone.
Yeah.
They were there as friends and family of the couple, just like any other wedding.
The way it should be, to be
right.
Yeah. So.
No, but that's such a good point. No one's like coming up to them asking for selfies or autographs. Like, and they can really just like break that barrier down and just relax.
I forget who it was. They were saying they were going to the bathroom and they looked over and somebody very famous was peeing next to them, and they were kind of like, "Whoa,
like, hey, hey there!"
Like celebrities have got to pee too. So,
oh my god,
it's true. So.
No, I know. That's just when you put it like that. Yeah.
I mean, hey, there are people. All right. So what's the first thing you're hoping to see once the official photos are released?
I think just the installations and like what like world they kind of created in that space, because they kind of created their own little venue inside that huge venue. So I think that'll be the most interesting thing, is like the installation and stuff like that.
I think like Taylor's mind is so amazing just when it comes to music. So like you're saying, Ariana, just to see that translated into an event space, I think will be also very cool to see. Like, she leaves no stone unturned. She's very meticulous and specific with what she does in anything, right? I think she takes a lot of pride in that. So, and for like the biggest day of your life, for your wedding day, I wouldn't expect anything different. So I hope we get to see that stuff. I think that'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm interested in just seeing pictures of them together and, what they were wearing and things. I think a lot comes across in photos. You guys know from being in the wedding industry. And, there's so many, the general public, I think, when they heard Madison Square Garden was, picturing them standing on a basketball court with, bleachers all around them, and were not imaginative. So for everybody to be able to see what a great wedding planner, designer, I'm sure probably some set designers were involved in this from Taylor's experiences with her videos and tours, just to see what can be transformed. I think will be interesting for everyone.
That's where I was going to go. The whole time I keep thinking is the logistics of this whole thing to make it all go. Like
a headache, I'm sure.
No, just like how many different kind of like set designers and different professionals, from even like a rental company to everything that was involved, because this was so much. You're bringing so many different like technical people together, and just to orchestrate this and make it harmonious has got to be so. It was quite the feat, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Especially because everything was so hidden going in. Remember how everything was like wrapped in black going in, and then coming out, it was not wrapped anymore. But everything going in, coming off trucks that were unloaded, were wrapped, and you had no idea what was in there.
Yeah.
How much money do you guys think they spent? Because I think I was looking it up. The most expensive wedding in the world to this date was somewhere between 1 billion and 1.4. So
It's not that much.
I don't think they would spend that much, but I do think it's up there.
Well, I mean,
to feed that many people and like even the permits and like, how many designers and vendors they hired. Like, I'm sure it was not cheap, but I wouldn't even know how to guesstimate that. So,
all right, let's guess. How much you think?
I don't know, 500 million.
That was going to be my guess.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
I think under $1 million or under $1 billion for sure.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Oh, yeah.
I just think about the flowers themselves, and how many people you would need to have on hand to transform a space like that, like in 2 days with a perishable product. And the fact that nobody, like none of the freelancers has leaked anything is astounding to me,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're shocked that no one has gone rogue on this.
Yeah.
So, all right. What about their wedding are you most curious about from like a wedding perspective? And then also, what are you most excited to see?
I think for me, it's like, I would like to know the logistics, which is kind of what you were saying, Kevin. Like, it would be cool to see the behind the scenes of like how this all kind of transpired and came together. Not that we would ever see that, but like that would be that would be so interesting to see how
another
all of it
doc.
Yeah, we're gonna get a wedding documentary. I think that would be interesting. I would really like to hear her take on like every like detail that she kind of like really was meticulous about, because we saw that with like when she did like the Fate of Ophelia, when she did that and like showed us where every little piece was like put together and like why she did what she did. So I think that would be interesting, because we know like you said, August, like she's very particular on like how, you know, her stamp is on everything. So I think that would be interesting. I don't think we're going to get it, but in a fantasy world, that's what I would like to kind of know.
That's crazy.
Personally, I would like to see, obviously, the flowers and the colors that they used. I've heard that the drapery was peach. And I just want to see the colors and the flowers. And, you know, those will definitely impact the industry and choices moving forward, I think.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, how much, once we see the photos, how much of an impact do you think that'll have?
I think it'll be big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're going to see like a Kate Middleton effect, like when that happened, and we were seeing like her dress, you know, replicated or similar styles. We were seeing the flowers. We were seeing all of those details kind of pulled out. And, you know, you were seeing couples kind of take almost like a little piece of all of it. So I think it'll just be huge. So
yeah,
if we get to see.
Yeah. And I think Megan mentioned this on Kevin's other podcast, Megan Ely, but she was saying even if you're not like a Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce fan and you're planning your wedding, those trends will still influence couples in a roundabout way, because people will begin replicating. You'll start seeing those replicated photos, and then you are just, you know, being inspired by it without even realizing where it came from in the first place. And I think it's just inevitable. It's going to happen.
So true.
Now, do you think Taylor and Travis cared, or what do you think Taylor and Travis cared most about on their wedding day?
I think privacy and their guest experience.
Which is something I preach.
Yes. Yeah, and it is interesting to see how couples deal with privacy moving forward. Like if the secrecy around this, the mystery, giving their celebrity guests that level of comfort when coming to this event, like will affect the way that couples approach privacy in their own weddings moving forward.
Yeah. Well, and even like their wedding planner, how private his, like when you go to his website, it's just an email address. And, you know, like, I wonder how much business that person is going to get out of this. So
it's kind of sick though. I love that. Like, it's just like, you just got to email me, you know? It's kind of extremely confident, but I kind of love that at the same time, you know?
Yeah, I definitely think the privacy and the safety, like they really wanted their guests to feel like safe and taken care of from like start to finish, of them arriving through the whole entire experience, that they were safe and taken care of.
I feel like it's hard to say what do you think they cared most about, because I really do feel like they were the couple that probably cared about every little detail, you know? So I think, I know I keep saying it, but I just really hope we get something. I do think a docuseries would be hella cool. I don't think they'll do that, but like, I think us being like Swiftie fans and also being in the wedding industry, this is just like two worlds colliding, and you just can't help but be curious about all that stuff.
Well, I think, was it Susan or Ariana? I don't know who said that about like the docu, but it made me think, I wonder if that's what's going on right now. And that's why the photos haven't been released. Maybe there is a docuseries being involved.
I did hear that Taylor is going to really sit in a way that she wants to.
Mhm.
From a wedding pro standpoint, I would love to see some photos and like behind the scenes and some logistics revealed. From a fan standpoint, I would be totally okay if they never released a photo.
Yeah.
I just think,
Yeah.
or would
you
you be
know,
okay if they released like just 2 or 3, like just a couple that there's proof, like there's proof that
Yeah,
this
like
happened?
the engagement.
would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
One thing we didn't mention too is that Jason's girls were flower girls. So they had the two, their best man and their man of honor. And then they had all 4 of their girls as flower girls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
I heard she's close to those
Mhm.
girls. Yeah.
Mhm.
And loves playing the auntie role with them. So, and then another thing, could you imagine these little girls are growing up and their aunt is Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that'd be a little jarring. But cool at the end of the day, right? Well, and
Yes.
Susan, I know we wanted to get your thoughts too on, because we have gotten a few pictures of the toss bouquet from the wedding, and we wanted to know your thoughts surrounding that.
First of all, when that photo first hit the internet, people were like, "Oh, it's Taylor's bouquet," and I got into some spats with people online. That is not. I can tell you for sure that is not her bouquet. And if it was indeed the toss bouquet, it had, been thrown around and stepped on, and clearly it was the next day. But it was very simple. It was Queen Anne's lace and sweet pea, and I could imagine her bouquet being a version of that, which is very ethereal and sweet and kind of like dreamy, those flowers together. And I would love to see something like that because it's very simple and not like a $500 lily of the valley or $1,200 lily of the valley bouquet, which
Oh, I remember
is what a
that
lot of people see.
circulating. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think if she did indeed just do Queen Anne's lace and sweet pea, I would love that. I think it's beautiful.
Simple and elegant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. 6 months from now, what do you think this wedding will be remembered for? Put your thinking caps on.
I think just the media impact.
Yeah. One of the things that I would like to imagine the impact is, just from my own perspective, is everything is all weddings are very social media heavy. You have, and very event focused and very like focused on what the couple wants, which I think is really important. But like you, Kevin, I really believe that it's the most important party you throw in your entire life. And considering your guest experience is really important. So I hope we get away from focusing on the wedding being Instagram worthy or Pinterest worthy and get to more personal, private. You don't have to have the bachelor party for 4 days that costs your bridesmaids thousands of dollars, and that you can have something that is very personal and private, and you don't have to have everything on social media.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ariana?
Yeah, I think something similar to that is like that it can be a little bit more private. And I wonder if we'll see, like, I know that couples do this who obviously are celebrities and bigger. They take the phones and however, do that kind of thing. So I wonder if we'll see that like that kind of grow for kind of quote unquote, normal couples, is like that kind of, because, for years we've seen the like, okay, put your cell phones away during the ceremony because we don't want to see those cell phones, the photographer's there. We don't need to see your cell phones as you're hovering over the side of the aisle trying to take your own pictures. So I wonder if we'll see more of like, okay, we're putting the phones here and like, that's kind of what we're doing. Or if we'll
That
see
would be
that
awesome.
more.
You just gave me a business
Unplugged
idea. I'm like, we can
take the phones.
Well, I've been to a couple, like, I've been to Jimmy Kimmel and my wife and I went and saw Wanda Sykes and a couple different, and our phones have been locked up, but you still have them with you. And
okay.
so,
I wasn't sure exactly how it works.
Yeah. So it goes in a little pouch, and then it's a little like magnetic lock. And then what they do is they tap the lock and it slips out. So I'm like, I wonder if that's a little business that we can start creating and lock them up like for the ceremony. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for the ceremony would be nice.
Yeah.
Because even if you say it, there's still going to be people who are going to do it. They still do it.
Because it's your relative. Yep. It's that aunt that is still thinks they're the boss of you, and therefore they're going to do whatever they want, and they don't have to listen to the rules. Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I've had an aunt tell me at a wedding, "Oh, I am the bride's aunt. I can do what I want," like kind of thing.
Congratulations.
Like, oh.
Yeah.
No, you need to turn around and go sit down right now. So.
Yeah. Go find your seat, please. Like
we've come so far to one end, like this telling your guests that they have to wear a color palette to the wedding so that it looks a certain way. Like, you saw guests going into that wedding and they were wearing whatever they wanted to wear to, a black
tie
wedding.
That's so true. I didn't even think about that.
That is very true. Yeah.
So my hope is that we get away from such a curated for online, and take it back to guest experience. And, you're getting married. That's the most important.
Fun,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because now there's content creators and there's content creators for the couples. There's content creators for the, for the vendor. It's becoming the paparazzi at a wedding now. And like you said, it'd be nice to just take it back a few notches and go back the way it used to be. So, yeah, not everything needs to be a reality show.
Yeah.
Unless it was Taylor and Travis, we want to know.
We want the reality show. We want the wedding. The wedding.
I have a theory about how they're going to release it. I could be completely off base.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
But do you remember? Was it last year when the New Heights show was on hiatus? They had Taylor come on and talk about.
Yeah, she was the first guest.
Okay, I have a feeling that could happen again.
Oh.
I didn't think of that.
That would be
and that they might show a photo or two.
That would be cool.
That'd be a fun way to release it because they're kind of in control of the narrative at the same time.
Right.
Ooh, that's
I like
something.
it.
I love that. I love
to
that.
noodle on. Yeah.
That's actually really, now that you say that, yeah. I think once it comes out, though, we're all going to be like, it makes sense of why it did.
Right.
Of course, yeah.
Or what the purpose was or how it's all going to come together. So,
like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah. All right. So we're coming up to the end. So anything anybody wants to leave us with little nuggets before we move on? It sounds like when the photos come out, we're going to have to do Taylor Talk Part 3.
Part 3.
Part 3.
We'll be back, guys. We'll be back.
No little nuggets?
That's all for me, I think. I'm just, excited to see. And maybe we'll just have more Taylor news in general. It's been kind of, other than the wedding,
it's been a little quiet.
Low.
I feel like Susan's was the mic drop moment right there.
Yeah.
She dropped.
Good ending point. Yeah.
I was wrong about a lot last time. So, in my mind, that's what works, but who knows?
You never know. You got to keep shooting.
You never know.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Real quick, if you want to tell all our audience a little bit or how to connect with you, please do so. We normally do that. Susan?
Okay. Well, our website is marionmoss.com, and on Instagram, we're Marion Moss Floral. And I think that's it, really.
All right, Ariana.
So I can't help you plan a wedding, but if you need a virtual assistant and you're in the wedding industry, it's arianateachey.com. And come check me out if you're looking for a virtual assistant. So
plus she's got the cutest kids and the cutest dog right now. So
cute.
Yes.
All right. Well, folks, thank you for listening to another episode of Now That I'm Engaged, How to Get Married. Well, hopefully, maybe when we do the photos, I think we come back and do it again.
Sure.
Because then,
Yeah,
we'll
that
have
would be
more
fun.
answers. Yes, that will be fun. All right, folks, we'll see you next time on another episode of Now That I'm Engaged, How Do We Get Married?
Bye.
To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Now That I'm Engaged, How Do I Get Married podcast.
Brought to you by Fantasy Sound Event Services.
I hope you enjoyed listening to this episode. Please get in touch with me or August if you have any topic you would like us to cover.
Or if you're struggling with your wedding planning, please be sure to submit a question to podcast@fantasysound.com.
I encourage you to check out our other episodes on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcast. And if you're a fan, we'd love if you would subscribe to the podcast and leave a review.
It helps others find our podcast so that they can learn from our guests too. And to everybody listening,
Happy wedding planning!